I'll ask this question as we go down this memory lane. It's the final season. What is a favorite moment that you have of doing the show? Now, what episode are you guys on in shooting at this point? How many?
We just, last night I just finished shooting episode 14. Okay. Episode 15 is shooting now, started a few days ago. We overlapped a few days. And 16 is prepping.
Okay, so now with 2 episodes left to be, or 3 episodes left to be shot, you're in the middle, right? That's 18 is this season. What are the favorite moments that you all have? I'd love to hear all of you, like just a favorite moment that you can kind of look back on, like, oh, I love that scene, or I love that one line, or whatever it is that call out to you and you look back on. It doesn't have to be the best. I don't want to put that pressure on, but in the top 3, what is one of the top 3?
You know, for me, it's really the RAF launch at the end of season 1 because it was so emblematic of the kind of collaborative nature in which Lost is made. And I remember actually going to the scoring stage, and Michael Cicchino had written the music for that. And you know, he's an amazing part of the show. And as some of you may know, he's also composes film scores, and he's won a number of awards for his score for Up, and is nominated for an Academy Award for that as well. And we're really lucky to have him in television do that. And the people who are in the Lost Orchestra, they just sight read. So they basically get the sheet music for the cue, they put it up on these monitors, they click it down, then they start playing, and they have no idea what they're playing. And then so out came this incredible piece of music, and so we're watching the scene, and I was thinking about all the things that you know, Jack had done in directing that scene that he added to what we'd written, and it was just so evocative, and just started, you know, everybody was just like started crying, and like when it was over, all the musicians started tapping their bows against their instruments and applauding, and it was because they were so moved by the cue, and it was just one of those moments where it just sort of, to me, kind of completely spoke of how the collaboration in television works at its best. To take a scene from mere words on the page to Jack and actors on the, you know, in the water in Hawaii, on the raft, launching that thing, putting the dog in the water, to Michael scoring the scene, and then the combination of all those things kind of makes it, you know, that's what you see on the screen.
Great. Anybody else? I'd love to hear anybody.
I think for me, this year, other than the sort of, I mean, I feel like we're all having a bit of separation anxiety. So other than the sort of moments in the room where I look around and I'm laughing because Eddie said something really funny, and I think, wow, I'm not going to see these people anymore. And it's really strange. It's very bittersweet because you're excited about the future, but this has been, you know, this has been a family for us. And there are those moments. And then going to Hawaii and seeing the premiere of the show on the beach was amazing. And I think the montage at the end of the first hour where the plane is landing is one of the most beautiful sequences I've ever seen.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's been happening a good bit lately because a whole bunch of the cast is working together, and sitting under the trees, under the banyan trees, or on the beach in a circle, when they put all the cast chairs in a circle, and for when they're not working and they're lighting, and everybody's sitting around, and Michael's reading a book, and Naveen is playing the guitar, and everyone's singing, and Jorge's doing his version of Elvis's "Are You Lonesome Tonight?" And he does the talking part where he says, "I wonder how you're feeling tonight." and he knows every word of it. And we harmonize, and it's beautiful. We feel very close. I'll really miss that as much as anything.
For me, it was finally finding out who the hell I am. I mean,
and that's coming up in a couple episodes, right?
It's coming up. It's, you know, 3 years performing in a vacuum, and finally I got a call from Carlton. Okay, we're doing a backstory. Really? And, but even then, he wouldn't tell me. He wouldn't tell me even on the phone what it was about. So I had to get the script, and then no, he didn't.
Now, what was that like when you just, you know, you're reading the script that has your backstory in it? What was the sensation of it?
It was bizarre, and I can't say any more than that.
Like, Ancestry.com, right? You just suddenly realize
Exactly.
who you're
It was-
connected to.
Yeah, I mean, I've never obviously done a role where I've never known my origin. So this was a departure to say the least.
Do you make any choices and just go, well, I'm going to go with this, and then if it changes, I'll adjust?
I think all of us have made choices as if we knew exactly what we were doing. I've never known what I was doing.
Yeah.
I just pretended and faked like I really knew what I was talking about.
Well, I think that you guys, both because of the nature of the scripts we get, which without spelling things out say so much.
Yeah, that's true.
These guys and I, with however many steps I may be ahead of you in terms of what the guys have told me that we're up to. And it's part of my job to make sure you're on track. You guys instinctively are amazingly on track.
Well, what's amazing about, as you read a script, you will get, and this is what you go with as an actor, is you get ideas of where you are emotionally. And that is enough of an indication. Then you fill the rest. You have to fill in the facts. But you're guided very well by the scene directions. And typically as an actor, that's the first thing you cross off, because you never want to be told how to play a scene. But here you really rely on the emotional sort of information to sort of guide you. And it's really been great.
You know, for the record, I'm 36 years old, and I would love to get a script that tells me who the hell I am. You know, so if anybody out there wants to write it,
I'm sure you can find some Dalton fan fiction that will.
You know, for me, you know, I remember I very infrequently travel to Hawaii now because I think the show works so well as a result of the way that it's set up and trusting the actors to do what they're going to do. But I did go down there. I was there for the shooting of the entire pilot. And then I went down there for the shooting of the first 2 episodes, Tabula Rasa and Walkabout, which Jack directed both of. And I remember being on the beach, and basically Josh was sitting in one of the chairs that they'd pulled out of the plane, going on and on about how screwed they were, and I don't even know where we're going to find water or what the hell we're going to do, you know, how we're going to get something to eat. And all of a sudden a knife, you know, on a wire that they had just sort of slides right next to him, and Josh goes like this, and then the camera pans over to Terry and he goes, "We hunt." And I just remember going, nobody's going to watch this show. And I'm proven wrong time and time again. So thank you, guys, for proving me wrong.
Hey, I had the pleasure of working with David Chase on The Sopranos, and David Chase, after doing that first series of episodes, we were having lunch, he said, "This is the most screwed up show that's ever been made. Nobody is going to watch this show." So we need more shows where creators don't know or doubt that people are going to watch it, because then it means it's truly original.